fighting has stopped in this central Beirut neighbourhood that was besieged with gunfire on Thursday. But residents are left to face the aftermath.
We own these cars. All of the cars are damaged. Who will pay us for this? No one will compensate us.
Along with these brand new vehicles, this man's stability and security has also been damaged.
We live from hour to hour. I might tell you now nothing will happen, but in a bit a bullet might come from here or here and everything will erupt. And this time, if it happens again, it will never stop.
Thursday's violence was the worst in 13 years. For many Lebanese, it was reminiscent of decades of civil war and a reminder of how fragile peace can be. This area was a flashpoint during the civil war in the 70s and 80s, where three neighbourhoods of different sects meet. Militias would shoot across the streets from inside the buildings, as they appeared to have done yesterday. It's long been feared that it could be a flashpoint for future conflicts.
In the civil war, this was a place where they would shoot at each other. It was a confrontation zone. We have been living Christians and Muslims together without any problem. This is the last thing I expected to happen.
The funerals for the 7 people have begun. 3 were laid to rest on Friday. A 24-year-old woman was killed by a stray bullet that hit her while in her home.
This crime was committed against my cousin Mariam. Of course, we are against this. We don't want a sectarian conflict or religious war.
The fighting began as gunmen were targeting a protest held by the Shia parties, Hezbollah and Amal, calling for the removal of the judge investigating last year's massive port explosion. They accuse him of political bias. The Lebanese president says investigations into the fatal protests and the port blast will be thorough.
What happened will be the subject of security and judicial follow-up. I, for my part, will ensure that the investigation reaches the truth of what happened in order to hold those responsible and the instigators to account, just like any other judicial investigation, including the investigation into the crime of the port.
But trust that the government has the will or the ability to complete either investigation is at an all-time low. Instead, fear and tension remain high. Imogen Kimber, TRT World, Beirut.